Hey, I'm Pat Porter. I'm the broker for RecLand Realty. Here we talk about the rural real estate business and ideas and information to help you better manage and enjoy your own property. In this video, I'm going to give you the secret sauce about how RecLand markets and sells its property. Pull back the curtain and I'm going to give you Colonel Sanders' recipe. I'm going to give you the secret to Coke right here in how we do what we do. So get something to write with. You're not going to want to miss this. My boys have kind of labeled me an old school dude in a new school world. I have old school thoughts, but I do it in the high-tech, new, modern way. That's why I'm making a video here. So I want to tell you how we advertise real estate. Now remember, at RecLand, all we do is land, so we're a little bit different in that way. I wrote down my top residential phrases that I just get tickled when I hear. I mean, some of them I roll my eyes, and I'm not going to be too hard on residential people because I pick on them a lot, and some of y'all will get mad if I do, but here's some of the phrases that are common. Must see. Now, you cannot be a residential agent without that in your vocabulary. Must see. Every listing is a must see. One of a kind. Now, please, I mean, you got a brand new subdivision with 48 spec houses in there, all cookie cutter from 4 different floor plans. But this house, this one, is one of a kind. Perfect for, and then fill in the blank. Perfect for this, perfect for that, perfect for this. Every house is always perfect for something. And then you got all the superlatives that are sprinkled in every residential ad out there. Magnificent, beautiful, gorgeous, spectacular, amazing, awesome. Some of the phrasing that we've used, you know, one of our clients lowers the price on a property and we do an e-blast or do a new ad. We call it priced reduced. But no, not in this world. You've got to call it a price enhancement. What's a price enhancement? It's a price reduction, but price enhancement. You can't have just a showing anymore. It's now a viewing. I don't know what happened to showings, but they're old, they're gone. You now have viewing. That's not how we do it here at RecLand. I'm going to tell you how we market and advertise all of our listings. It's the magic formula. It's the secret sauce. Here it comes. Get ready. It's all going to contain these 4 elements. Number 1, we're going to talk about a property's potential. That's what we do. We tell people the tract story. We say that this particular property is good for X, it's good for Y, it's good for Z. Now, we don't say it's perfect for it because, heck, I don't know, and I don't have the ability to compare it to everything out there, but I do know what a property's potential is for. And the reason I communicate that, first of all, is because that's what buyers want to know. First and foremost, what's the property good for? Because they're looking for certain things and they want to know, as they're sifting through mountains of listings and information, does this property, is its potential going to meet my needs? And folks, we keep it real basic. You know, if a tract has got a ditch in it, we don't call it a duck hole. You know, we understand the potential of a property and we keep it realistic, we keep it basic, and we base it on just good common sense, base it on good information. So you got to tell people the potential. You got to tell people the problem. That's what we do. We make it real clear. Every write-up that I do and everyone that comes through my office from one of my agents, I personally see everyone and edit them. We make sure that we talk about the problems. If a tract doesn't have legal access, we say it. A lot of drains running through it, we say it. We put the problems out there. Now, we don't make them bigger than life. We don't overdo it because a lot of problems have simple solutions. So we don't want to paint some drastic picture that a buyer can't overcome in their mind. But I do want them to know the problems in advance because they need to know whether they want to deal with that, to look at that, to consider that before they make a special trip to come to a showing. We don't do viewings, we do showings. And so I want them to know and understand the problems of a tract. I want them to know and understand all of the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's how I say it to every client I show property to. I tell them, hey, I can drive you around and we can touch every tree, but my goal is to show you the tract sufficiently so that you've seen all the good, the bad, and the ugly, so that you've got a clear understanding of this property, so you can't come back 6 months later and go, Pat never said. Oh yeah, Pat did say, because I tell them about the potential, tell them about the problem. We talk about the particulars. And now that's where you get into the legal description, the mineral rights. Does it have utilities available? You know, how old is the timber? Are there any leases in place? What's the surrounding habitat like? What's this, that, and the other? Da, 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 da. We get into all of the particulars, but those are just facts, folks. They're just facts. They don't have to be overblown. Every car comes with a steering wheel. We don't have to jump up and down and make a big thing about it, okay? We're not that kind of salespeople. Give people the particulars. Let them know all the details that are important. Give them enough information so they can understand the property to know whether or not they've got second base interest, meaning they want to pursue it a little further, come look at it, call you and ask some questions about it, whatever. You got to give them the potential, you got to give them the problems, you got to give them the particulars, and you know this last one, it's going to begin with P2. Give them the price. Put the price in the information. Why in the world do we as real estate people still keep the price hidden? I've heard people say the reason you don't give them the price is because you want them to call. Folks, that's nonsense. We live in an information age. Information is a click away. Our jobs as real estate people to make that information is as accessible as possible. And if we hide the price thinking that they're going to pick up the phone and call you just to get it, you're fooling yourself. Give people the price. That gives them a very clear picture. The potential, the problems, the particulars, and the price. That gives them enough information. Do they want to email you, text you, call you, and say, hey, I want to come take a look at that property? Folks, that's how we tell the story. That's how we go about doing it. Now, that might not be sophisticated and enlightened in this day and age, but that's as common sense, basic way of doing it as I know how, and we have good luck with that because the buyers respond. They appreciate the images, they appreciate the maps, they appreciate the video, they appreciate the clear, non-emotional write-up that we provide where we're just giving them the facts so they can make their own decision. If I'm selling a $7 item, I can just persuade you into buying it by jumping up and down and getting all hyped and pushing and really hammering on you. You might just pay $7 to get me to shut up and go away, or I might be able to twist on your emotions enough to get you to pay $7 because what's the risk in $7? Folks, we're dealing with $700,000 piece of timberland or recreational tract, all of the flowery language in the world, all of the hype, all of the used car salesmen jumping up and down, all of the nonsense, none of that is going to force a buyer to buy that property. So why do it? They're going to make an educated, honest, clear, thought out business decision to spend that kind of money. Give them the facts, back off, give them space, and let them decide, is this something they want to pursue or not? People that spend the kind of money on land, the stuff that we sell, they didn't get their money by being stupid, and they're not suddenly going to get stupid because you say, this property won't last long. That's my favorite on the list. Stick to the basics, give them the facts, and I think you'll do better business. I know it works for us. Thank you for watching our videos. Anything else you'd like to see, there's some right there. Just click on one of those. There might be some more information that's helpful to you. Appreciate you. Bye.